friends, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For today's video, I'm going to be talking about my top 10 animes that I would like to watch within this year. I think I can do it within this year, we'll see. I am currently kind of in a anime rut, I guess you could say. I am in the middle of watching Kuroko's Basketball, which was on this top 10 list for a really long time, and I finally just kind of got around to it. And yeah, I'm enjoying the show, but I just kind of put off watching it because I'm just more in the mood to read lately. I feel like I've kind of been getting busier just like with life things. And so whenever I have free time, I want to sit down and read or watch a movie. I've kind of been getting back into watching movies. I just like that, you know, I can be done with an entire story in like the span of a couple of hours. So yeah, I hope to finish Kuroko's. I really do enjoy it. And hopefully one of these animes might get me out of my anime rut. But yeah, I think before we get into it, I'll talk about what I'm drinking. This is jasmine tea. I've been trying to get more into drinking tea just because I'm starting my weight loss journey, and so I'm trying to you know, make better choices. No doubt I'm going to still be drinking coffee, so don't worry, you'll still be seeing coffee. But yeah, that's what I have to drink here today, and let's go ahead and get into it. First, I want to address a couple of things. First, besides these top 10, I have a forever ongoing list of things that I want to watch. These are just ones that are a little bit higher priority on that list for me. And then second, this is also not ranked in any sort of particular way. This is just, I'm just going to be listing them, again, no particular order. I also won't be including any sort of shows that I'm already watching that are going to be releasing new seasons. These are going to be completely new to me series. So yeah, with all those disclaimers out of the way, I will go ahead and mention the first series. So the first series I'm going to talk about is Summertime Rendering. This is, I thought I would mention this one first because I did recently binge all of the manga. Seriously, if I can film one video without tripping over my words, that would be a miracle. Anyways, I read the entire manga for that, and so this one is, I guess this one is the highest one on this list just because I'm already familiar with the story and I just really want to watch the anime. So from what I've seen from trailers and such, this is it's really well animated and it looks stunning. Like, the visuals are amazing. I almost started it like a few times, but just based off of how scared I was with just the manga, like not seeing it in color or in like in action movement, I'm scared to watch the anime. It is a horror series. Again, this is about a guy who goes back to his hometown to attend his friend's funeral. And on this island there are the shadows who will take on the identity of, you know, a person and then you know, go out living as them, and basically the goal is for the shadows to kill all humans. So it's very disturbing, very horrific, gory. So I really want to watch it, but I think I have to mentally prepare myself a bit just because even weeks after finishing the manga, I was like I was still like scared, like running up the stairs, turning on all the lights at night. Like, even though that wouldn't help my cause if shadows were a real thing. Anyways, I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, that one is pretty stunning visually. So I am excited to watch that whenever I have the guts to watch it. The next series, which is also known to be very visually stunning, is Violet Evergarden. This one I have scrolled past on Netflix so many times, and I really just want to sit down and watch it one of these days. You know, I've heard of like a movie coming out recently, so I guess seeing that resurface, I have kind of had the nudge to watch the anime again, and so I really hope that I kind of get out of this anime rut that I'm in and can sit down and properly enjoy that, because I know a lot of people really love it. From what I understand, it's about this girl who is trained as a soldier of sorts, basically like a killing machine, and I think it's like after the war that takes place, like she gets taken in as this kind of like house servant. I'm not exactly sure, I could be wrong about that, and they're just trying to help her learn how to live as a human, you know, to not just be this like robotic human, you know. She's 100% human, but just because of how she was raised and brought up, she thinks that all there is to life is just war and, you know, fighting and killing. So it sounds pretty interesting. It looks stunning, so I really hope to get into that one sometime pretty soon. Next series is Comey Can't Communicate. This one I have been almost tempted to pick up the manga so many times, but I just ended up always putting it back because I really want to watch the anime first, because I have concerns with the whole premise that you know, Comey, this female character, can't communicate. I recently, like a couple months back, watched Kimi Todoke, and that one kind of deals with a similar-ish character where she's very misunderstood and she doesn't really have a lot of friends in the beginning, and so when people start coming into her life, she doesn't really know how to act. So I feel like that's kind of the same idea with Comey, and so basically it's about the girl Comey who deals with like social anxiety, and then this guy, I forgot his name, but he basically helps her to try and make friends, and they have this goal of like making 100 friends by, I don't know, but they have a goal to make 100 friends, and I'm just concerned. I really do want to watch this because I've heard a lot of people enjoy it, but I am just a bit concerned because with Kimi Todoke, like by the tail end of season 1, that was a 2-season show, by the end of season 1, I was just over it, over the communication issues. It was just so infuriating to watch. It was just like, if you would just open your mouth, we wouldn't have any of these problems. And I understand that it's like dealing with you know, like social anxiety and all that, and I deal with that myself. I am usually a pretty introverted person, and it's kind of hard for me to come out of my shell, you know, meeting new people. So I understand that, but at a certain point, it just gets very frustrating, and so that is my only reservation on Comey. But that said, I will have to give that a watch one of these days. Next series is Blue Lock. This is an anime that I have been really wanting to watch, but I want to really go into it, excited for it and like pumped to watch it. This is, of course, a sports anime. It is surrounding soccer, and basically it's this like training camp for like the youth of Japan, and they're all like in training to be in the national team to compete in the World Cup. So I believe it's surrounding the striker position. They're all trying to become the best striker in order to get a spot on the national team. I've heard it's very intense, that it's kind of like a battle royale kind of thing, that it's very, very intense. It looks like there are some great characters. I really like the character designs. So this one will be my next sports anime, just kind of when I'm more in the mood to watch a sports anime. I want to do Blue Lock justice. So that is, I believe, the only sports anime on this list. Let me take a look. Yes, that is the only sports anime. But yeah, that one I am super excited to get into. I hope that I really like it, because I want to pick up the manga. But yeah, we'll have to see. If it's as intense of a series as it is, I might just stick to watching the anime, because I feel like it won't do it as much justice in manga form. So we shall see on that, but we will see when we get there. But that's that one. All right, kind of changing gears a bit. Next one is Marmalade Boy. This one, they just recently came out with collector's editions for manga. I believe Yen Press published those, or was it Kodansha? I can't remember. But there are now deluxe collector's editions of those. It is an older series, so when I saw that those were coming out, this Marmalade Boy jumped up quite a bit on my priority list to watch. So basically it's because of the manga. Typically collector's editions are a bit pricier, so I just really want to make sure that I like this series. I know it is very well loved, and a lot of people are very excited for the new collector's edition reprints. So but yeah, like I said, this is one that I want to make sure that I really do like before I go and make the investment into the reprints. But this, I believe, is a shoujo. I probably should have done more research on this one before I filmed this, but I believe it's between these two characters that are in middle school. And hold on, am I confusing this with a different series? Sorry, I will put a thing of the synopsis on screen, because I feel like I'm getting this confused with a different series now. But I know that it's Marmalade Boy that I wanted to watch, but I want to make sure that I'm not giving you guys the incorrect synopsis on it. But regardless, I'm really, really excited to get into that one. It is an older one, so I do have concerns about the animation quality. As I've said before, if something is kind of pretty poorly animated, it's hard for me to watch and stick with it. So I don't know, we'll see. That's another one, we'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, I really want to pick that one up soon. Kind of sticking in the shoujo genre, this one is very, very popular and is much loved by fellow shoujo lovers. It is Yona of the Dawn. I really want to get into this one. I have heard so much about it, and I really want to get into this one. It's more of a fantasy, so I'm not typically a fantasy enjoyer. I can appreciate it at times, But I think with Yona, it seems like one that I would enjoy. So it's about this princess Yona who is kind of next in line to rule over her kingdom, and she ends up being betrayed by one of her childhood friends, and she ends up running away and kind of starts training to become stronger physically to one day take back her kingdom. So it's just that kind of journey, lots of traveling I've heard, and just friendships, building friendships, and potentially romance. There's always got to be the romance in there. I mean, she's a princess. But yeah, this one is also known to be a classic, so I really want to get into this one, and I'm kind of putting it off because I think I know I will like this, and when I like an anime, I am immediately going out and buying the manga, and I, for one, don't have the shelf space right now. I really need to get some risers. Once I get some risers, that will help me a bunch. But yeah, I just don't have the room, neither the budget, to go and buy a whole bunch of the Yona volumes. So I'm just kind of putting that on hold because I am pretty sure I will like it. And like I said, once I like something, I have no control, and I will go and buy all of the manga. Like, regardless if I'm like, I have this budget for manga, that just goes out the window. So yeah, that one I will have to reserve for when I have a bit more manga budget to spend. Yeah, I think in that same vein is Norigami. This one is pretty popular, I believe, as well. I believe this is also more of a fantasy. Again, I will put the kind of synopsis somewhere here because now that I'm thinking about it, I think I'm confusing it with a different story. It is the week of daylight savings, so my brain has been a bit fried this week, just with the lost hour of sleep. So yeah, I will just go ahead and put that on screen so that I'm not giving you guys false information. But that one is a pretty popular one as well, and I've kind of flipped through volumes of manga like when I've been out, and I really like the art style. So yeah, that is another one that if I do end up enjoying the manga, the anime, I will go ahead and pick up the manga. So that's another one that I'm kind of putting on hold for when I have more manga budget. But yeah, those are those two that will potentially empty my wallet. So those will have to wait for a little bit. I guess in the same vein is in the wallet emptying category. We have Tomoechan is a Girl. The anime is currently airing for that one, so I will probably wait until that one is fully out, or like the first season if it's going to be a multiple season show, until the first season is completely out, because I hate waiting for episodes. That is just torture. I don't know why anybody puts themselves through that. It's painful to wait, that much longer, but when there's a cliffhanger, you don't have to like wait an entire week to find out what happens. Like, I did that once with the previous season of Demon Slayer, the Entertainment District arc, and my gosh, never again. I learned from that experience. It was a fun experience, but I will not do that again. So yeah, I will wait until that one is completely out, but it is a manga series as well that I have been wanting to collect for a while. But I honestly never saw it in stores, so that's kind of why I never picked it up. Had I seen it, I probably would have picked it up. So yeah, now that there's an anime adaptation out, I will go ahead and watch that, and if I like it, I will pick up the manga. But yeah, I think that's the last like shoujo. Maybe I'm lying. The next one is Nana. I think, well, it is a part of the shoujo beat line, but it seems to have more like adult themes, so it could be more like josei. I'm not entirely sure. Nana's like category ing, that doesn't make sense. Doesn't quite make sense. But yeah, I have started to collect the manga. You know, all throughout this video I've been saying, if there's an anime, I need to watch that first and then confirm if I like it. Meanwhile, I have 2 volumes of Nana that are like at the end that I can't read, and I haven't watched the anime yet, so I contradict myself sometimes. But yeah, Nana is one that I really need to watch soon, and I will probably watch it with my mom. Again, this is an older one, so again, concern for the animation quality, but from what I've seen, it's not atrocious, so I think it will probably be one that I could stick with. But it's about these 2 girls that have the same name, Nana, and they end up living together and just kind of like living life and building relationships and their friendship as it is, and they both lead pretty different lives from what I hear, so yeah, I'm excited for it. It seems like something that I really would enjoy, so I think that's why I went ahead and picked up the manga. To be fair, when I picked it up, it was kind of an impulse purchase, but yeah, I kind of had that feeling in the back of my mind that I really would enjoy it, so yeah. don't follow my example, kids. Yeah, don't impulse purchase anything. You feel much worse when you buy something on impulse, even if it is something that you really want. There's always just that guilt afterwards, like, oh, should I have bought that? Like, I probably should have waited. So just be mindful of your purchases. Anyways, tangent over. The last series we have to talk about is 8686. I don't know if that's how you say it. Some of these anime names are like too complicated for me. Or maybe it's just 8686 and I'm overcomplicating it in my mind. But this one is, again, seems more like a fantasy type of show, but it's also pretty like political, I've heard. It's about this, like, I think it's surrounding like a coup or like a military strike where they're trying to overthrow this government that they're a part of, and I don't know, it seems really interesting, and it is based on a light novel series. I think they did also start a manga adaptation, but I have only seen 3 of those volumes out, and I think I saw somewhere that they kind of discontinued, continuing with that manga adaptation, which is a shame because I would have really enjoyed that. But I guess if I like it, I will have to try out the light novel versions. But yeah, that's the last one on this list. Seems pretty interesting. The characters have pretty cool designs. But yeah, that is all for this top 10 list. And let me know if any of these are some of your favorite shows, or if they're also on your watch list. I have been thinking about starting kind of like a Discord of sorts where in the I could start posting now, and then in the future I could host like buddy reads and like watch parties, to where I can, so we're, you know, a whole community of us can watch the same anime at the same time and then just kind of have like discussions on it. So let me know if that's something that you'd be interested in. Just kind of something that I'm thinking about. But yeah, that's it for this video. Sorry if my voice is getting a bit hoarse now. It is gotten cold again. It was getting pretty warm and now it is like winter temperatures again, and so I feel like my voice has been scratchy because it's cold. Meanwhile, there's also pollen like crazy outside, so yeah, these next few videos should be interesting with how my voice sounds. But yeah, thank you for watching if you're still here. I hope you enjoyed this video and are having a great day, and I hope you guys have a good weekend too. Happy Friday. But yeah, I will see you guys next week. Bye bye.